Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another quick vid. Well, looks like Carl Frampton is. Well, actually, looks like he is. Congratulations to Carl Frampton becoming the new WA featherweight champion of the world by defeating Leo Santa Cruz, handing him his first defeat. Now, I have to admit, though I was very disappointed in both of these men for moving up a weight class to avoid Guillermo Regendow, they did put on an entertaining show. So that has to be. I have to concede to that. Um, Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz. I mean, he was the slight favorite to win this fight. Due to the fact that he was the bigger guy, he had the longer reach, and he had more power than Carl Frampton, supposedly. But what Santa Cruz did was that he pressured Frampton like he was expected to do. And what Frampton impressed me the most is that, he has been a good boxer. He's always been a good boxer. He's been very good defensively. But he showed that he can actually display his skills much better as he going backwards on his back foot fighting. So he's a very good back foot fighter. And when Santa Cruz acknowledged that, every time he came in and tried to pressure, Frampton with some rights, with some hooks, with some short punches, Frampton would just come out of nowhere with some blazing combination, especially with the left hook, which actually had stunned Santa Cruz. I think it was in the third round when he fell to the ropes and stunned him. So after that, Santa Cruz felt that, he was fighting a little more conservatively, given the fact that he was feeling, the pressure of Frampton's counters and his elusiveness. And, he just couldn't really hit him effectively. He did land some effective shots to a degree, but I think he lost. I think he lost the first 7 rounds of this fight, if you ask me. Well, you know what? Lost the first 4 rounds. He picked up. Santa Cruz then won the other 2 rounds, so I scored it for Frampton at that point. The Frampton started to regain control and win the 2 rounds, and then Santa Cruz won the last 3 rounds. So I scored this 7-5 for Frampton. 115-113. So, yeah, but there's an interesting note to highlight is that Santa Cruz threw 300 more punches than Frampton. But Frampton connected at a much higher rate. And this is why I tell people this. Look, just because a guy throw a lot of punches doesn't mean that they're, that even though they're the aggressor, they're more the active fighter. That doesn't mean they're going to win the fight. Judges look for effective aggression. And this is what I saw from Carl Frampton. Leo Santa Cruz didn't have effective aggression. Yes, he had his moments in the ring with his body punching, with some of his counters, with some of his right hooks coming in, and some of his left hooks coming in. He just didn't have the effective aggression. And this is why I tell people why Shawn Porter lost his fight to Keith Thurman. He didn't have the effective aggression. So, yeah, the right man got the decision. There's one thing I gotta add though. The scorecard 117-111. I thought that was a bit off. I thought that Frampton won at least. I mean, he won 7 rounds in my eyes. One judge scored it 116-112 for Frampton over Santa Cruz. I can't really argue that, but the 117-111, which is 9 rounds to 3, yeah, that one's a bit off. I don't agree with that score. One judge had it 114 a draw. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't think this fight was a draw. I thought Frampton won this fight 7 rounds of 5. It was a pretty close fight, but I just felt that Santa Cruz rallied way too late because he was losing this fight early on, hands down. He gave away the first 4 rounds by trying to apply pressure with no effectiveness. So that's something he's going to have to learn is fight. Instead of fighting flat-footed and applying the pressure, he's going to have to learn how to fight in angles, change it up a little bit, and that's something his father didn't tell him to do. Is adjust. He didn't adjust at all in there, as I've seen it. So yeah, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board, and he's going to have to find. I mean, not saying that he has to get rid of his father as a trainer. I know he's going through some personal issues. His father is very ill right now. I'm very sorry. For Santa Cruz and his family going through that tough time. But if anything, yeah, he really needs to go back to the drawing board and adjust his skills into being more of a angles fighter rather than being a full pressure fighter. So that way he can confuse his opponents. But now, where does Carl Frampton goes from here? Now that he is a 2-division world champion, he did say that he will fight. He wants to fight the best in his division. He did call out the likes of Gary Russell Jr. He did call out Lee Shelby, who's the other champion, who I'm very impressed with. So we'll see. But since Frampton did make that statement, here's my proposition. Why don't you fight Guillermo Rigondeaux? This is what I suggest Guillermo Rigondeaux should do. Take care of whatever business that you need to do at 122, Guillermo. Then go up to 126 and fight Chase Frampton. Chase Frampton, hell, get Santa Cruz. I don't care. Get him. Chase those 126 fighters. Gary Russell Jr., Lee Shelby. Chase those guys. And let's see if Frampton will back up his words if he really means that. So if Guillermo Rigondeaux moves up to 126, let's see. I want to see that fight. But anyhow, very good night of boxing. Mikey Garcia made his return in impressive fashion, so I'll do another video on that. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Let me know what in the comment section below. Did you see this fight differently than I seen it? Did you see Frampton win this fight? Or did you think Santa Cruz won this fight? Or did you think it was a draw like the other judge scored it? I think it was an Italian judge. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Care to comment, share, subscribe. Signing off. Peace.